Alright, hello guys. Today we're going to teach you guys how to make a little bit of chainmail, and this particular weave is called European 4-in-1. Pretty standard weave. Really easy to make. So let's just get started. So you're going to need some couple of pliers. Any pliers will do. Most of you have pliers probably laying around at home. That's all you need. Anything will work. You just need some pliers. And you'll need some links. I already have some links that are pre-made from a company. I didn't wind my own. I'm too lazy to do that. So all you got to do to start is we're going to make take these links and we got to open some of them up and we got to close some of them up. So to open them, just take it between your pliers, give it a little twist, boom, you got an open ring. And we're just going to make a couple of these. You only need to open them up as far as you need to be able to put them into the weave, into the pattern. You don't need to like crank them way open. And if you don't open them up far enough, I mean, it's going to be really hard to get it into your... It's going to be more difficult to weave. So we're going to make some open ones like that, and then some closed ones. Just going to take it and twist it the other way. And you want it so the ends of that link meet up. You don't want gaps in there. Really simple. If you have gaps in there, it's just really a weak spot. It's a point where the other links in the weave can actually come out. Just easier for this whole thing to pull apart, and you don't want that. So try and close them up as best you can. Keep them even, keep them clean. The better job you do, the better this is all going to look and function in the end. Alright, so I've actually already pre-made up a whole bunch. So I'm just going to take that. Got some open rings here, and I got some closed rings here. So we're going to just hop right into our pattern. And this is going to start with taking a closed ring, oh no, excuse me, an open ring. And we're going to need four closed rings. 3 and 4. So once you got 4 in there, you're going to take your open ring and you're going to close it. So then what you're going to want to try and do, and this is the part that's a little bit tricky, starting out is always a little more difficult, and that's okay. So you can try and spread them out. And I'm just going to lay it on the table. So you can already tell just by laying it out, it kind of looks like something. So that's what we're going to start off of. So we're going to take another open ring and pass it through 2 closed rings, like so. And we want to put it through that ring and that ring. Just like that. I don't know how well you can see that. Fortunately, these rings are kind of small. The material I'm working with, by the way, is stainless steel. I'm using 16 gauge wire, 5/16 of an inch rings. I decided that was going to look best for my project. And one second here, I'll tell you what I'm working on. Oh, I missed one. So really all we're going to do is continue this chain. We're just going to continue this chain out until we have something of, I don't know, let's go a couple of inches. We'll make it out to like right there, I think. We'll just keep going. That's where we got to start out with. So again, open ring, 2 closed rings. So I'm working on making a hauberk, and it'll have a coif to go with it. I actually already made the coif, kind of making them a matching set. It's going to take me a long time to make this hauberk. I also am busy with other things in life, so it could take me a year or so before I finish it. But I decided that stainless steel links would look really good, and I also thought making them a little bit smaller, having some smaller links, I thought 5/16 was a small enough link to make it look good. 3/8 would look great and would go a lot faster, of course, to make sure, but I had some time and money to burn. Figure smaller is better. It's going to look better in the end. A couple more here, and we'll start expanding downward. You know, it could be easier to lay this out on the table, depending on how you want to do things. Or you could find it easier to just pick it up and hold on to it. That is entirely up to you. Everybody does things differently. Alright, I think this might be long enough to get started. Okay, so let's just go off of that, right? Let's say, so to start our next row, start turning it into a square. I'm going to take an open ring, take a couple of closed rings, 2 closed rings, and we're going to pass it through these 2 links here. I'm going to pass them through the bottom of both of those, just like so, and close it. And now we're going to take only 1 open ring and 1 closed ring, and we are going to pass it through that link, and that link. It's not as confusing as it sounds, but down through that one, up through that one, and up through that one. Let's see if I can get a closer shot of that, but unfortunately these small rings are what I have to work with right now. So again, let's see if I can pick this up and do it. So that's the corner, right? We're going to go down through that one, up through that one, and over into that one, just like that. And close it. Okay, so we're just going to keep doing that pattern. Keep that up all the way down. It looks like I'll have to straighten that out. Fun thing about chainmail is it started out, the pattern's rather unstable, and so it can quickly turn into mess. So being able to keep your work organized to start out will make your life easier. But once you do get started and you have something to work with, it does make your life, it is a lot easier. It does get easier. It's easier to work with. It tends to be more stable once you have a lot more links on there. So we'll just keep going. Alright, and one more. Alright, so we've got our first row done. Starting to look like something, right? Alright, let's do another one. Let's do another row. I'm just gonna, there we go. Makes it a little easier to grab stuff. Oh, we want to start, anytime you start a new row, 2 closed rings. And straight through those 2 rings there. Alright, and close it. All the way. Lay it out. And bang, we got it. So, closed ring, and an open ring, down to that first link. I don't know if you can see that. Down through the closed ring, up through that one, and up through the third one, and close it. Open ring, closed ring, down to that first one, up through the second one, and across to the third one. We'll go all the way across. I think this little square here, we'll turn this into a little bit of a square. I think we'll just go 4 rows. So this row, and then another row. And then we'll have our little square. And then I'll show you what you can do with it after you're done. Okay. Well, we got a little bit of a square. So, let's say you're a traveling person and you want to do a project, a big project. Well, you can take some links with you, make little squares, and then when you get home from your traveling, or wherever you've been, or maybe if you don't travel and you just want to do it in little pieces, right? And then you get your little squares, right? And then you can connect them, right? Do it in little stages, little pieces. All you gotta do is match up the end grains. It's just the pattern. If you're any good with patterns, that's really all this is matching the patterns up. Go down through all those, up through there. It's really that easy. Just matching up all those patterns, just like so. And making sure we close our links up all the way. It's important. Oh, come on now. Come on out. There it is. Alright. Okay. So now we got that. So, now I have a really large chunk right now sitting around. Well, I shouldn't say really large. I have this piece. I've been making my shirt in big chunks, and then I'll stitch my bigger chunks together. So we'll just add this little section to here. Sometimes this is a good way to go, is just do it in chunks. If you're not traveling, if you're traveling, doing it in little stages makes this project very manageable. For me, since I'm just doing this all at home, right, it's easier just to work off of one big piece, just keep going with it. But really all it is, again, when you get your little squares and you just got to attach them all, so you're just matching up the patterns. You got to watch the grain here and watch the grain here, make them go all the same way. Take your open rings and weave them through. And I got shaky hands here because I drank way too much coffee all at the same time. Really bad plan. A little bit caffeinated right now. Okay, open ring. Down. If my hands would let me. And up. And all you gotta do is follow that pattern. Again, sometimes some of you might help to actually pick it up. I don't usually do so well with that. Through that one, down through that one, down up through that one, and up through that. Maybe that'll work better for me today. And all you gotta do is just stitch it all together. Down to those two, and up through those two. You can see it's starting to look like one piece. And last one. That's all it takes, guys. It's just a pattern. One uniform pattern. Alright. Chainmail is pretty awesome. It's definitely a hobby that anybody can do if you're any good with patterns. And even if you're not, you do a little bit of this, you're going to get good at it. It's a really cool hobby, and it's not just limited to those of you guys who want to just make a shirt, make some armor. It's definitely an artistic sort of hobby. making necklaces and bracelets, all kinds of jewelry. Really make some pretty awesome stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time.